Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mint Flips, where every 100 subscribers there is a giveaway, so if you're watching, make sure that you are subscribed so you have a chance to win. I have over 15 orders or something going out today. It was a good sales weekend. Today's actually Tuesday. I put out a couple orders yesterday, and then pushed the rest back today because I could and I needed to, and you probably wouldn't notice because of the way I put out videos, but I took a week off. I haven't filmed anything in a little over a week. Last week was a very slow sales week. That was not the reason I took the week off. It just happened to work out that way where I felt less guilty about it because also there wasn't as much to film. But my plan for when I took the day off was to get the garage into its new formation, get the shelves where they go, get things reorganized, and get my desk in. Obviously, I didn't get my desk in, so we'll do a quick tour of how everything changed. I did get the one shelf that I had sitting in the aisle where it goes here and filled up. The one that was over there, which is this one, was full of electronics. This is going to be my to be listed area. Right now it has some other stuff that I just need to find a place for, like extra cases, and actually the part for this PlayStation came in yesterday, so I can fix that. It was a bad switch. Hopefully I can fix that, because then it turns it from a $20 broken item into a, I don't know, about $100, $80. I'm not really sure what PS2s are going for right now, but somewhere in that range. It fluctuates up and down. Actually, these cases, while I'm thinking of it, really cool. Got these when I bought out a bunch of stuff from Family Video going out of business, a bunch of games. What's cool about it is that these are so old. Let's see if I can find one real quick. Story's not that cool if I can't show you what I'm talking about. Da 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 da. And here we go. We'll use this one. Zelda. But it has all these different sections in here so that different types of cartridges fit in there perfectly. So that'll be... I was going to trash them because I really didn't have a reason to hang on to them. If I can get this on right. I didn't really have a reason to hang on to them, so they actually will be useful. I'll probably put them out in storage. I'll keep 2 or 3 on hand and put the rest out in storage. I don't have a ton of them, but I thought that was cool. Easier than shipping a loose game. I wouldn't use it on a super cheap one because that's going to bulk up the package and make it more expensive to ship, but on something that's, you know, a $40 game, $50 game, I think that's a nice little touch. Also, I got the entertainment center testing area moved around, kind of redid it a little bit. I almost had it fully functional because I had the switch box sitting around where I could hook up all the game systems into that, or at least 4 of them at a time, and then you run one cord to the TV, and then you can just switch out which one you want by pushing a button. I did all that work, drilled new holes, make everything look pretty, go to test it, and the switch box doesn't work. So it's still easy. I just got to buy a new one and put it in there, and then that will be functioning. But all in all, I'm happy with the new layout. It looks like less room here, but that's an optical illusion. That's the exact amount of room it was when the entertainment center was facing the other way. It gives me a place to put my guitar and amp where I can use them daily, which I like to try to do without having to move them all the time, and they're never in the way. I can also, because I'm a skinny mini, I can access this all the time for testing anything I want. What else? I moved the game unit right here just because I really didn't have a good space for it, and I didn't want to take up any more space here. I was going to put another shelf like this one, or something close to it, right there, but I need a big area just for dropping off or packing up large packages. Just, I like a little bit of space. I can breathe a little better in here now. But I couldn't get my desk in. It is what it is. So I still have to get rid of this unit, which is so heavy. I hope someone wants this for free just to pick it up because I don't want to have to move it. I'll empty it out and say, hey, bring help, because this is not fun. If I don't find somebody to take it, I might try to beat it apart with a sledgehammer just so I don't have to try to hurt myself getting it out. I did get almost everything on hand listed in that week, which was another one of the goals, and for the most part, I did it. You can see, you know, there's nothing laying around on the floor. Pretty good. And then anything left was put over here. I I still, of course, haven't gotten through all the CDs. I'm not going to list... I was listing 3 or 4 a day. I'll grab 3 or 4, or I got this loose stack of PS1 games. I was listing 2 or 3 of those, mixing them in. Because if I list all of them in a day, it just, I don't know. It was a lot of time for little revenue. So I think just peppering 1 or 2 in at the end of the day, list a couple CDs or list a couple cheap games, and then just put them out there. Because if all of a sudden I sell 30 of them in the next week, it's a lot of packing for not a lot of money. I don't know. That's just how I was feeling it. Maybe I just don't like the monotony of listing a bunch of the same thing. That could be it too. But either way, I'm pretty happy with how it ended up. The only thing I didn't get listed was this set of encyclopedias, because unfortunately I had it sitting next to that door, which there is a small area where rain can get through when it rains really bad, and it wicked to the carpet and then wicked over to where the books were sitting and got 3 of them wet. So at this point, might not list them. I'll see. They've been drying out for 2 days. Who knows? And then this one right here, I'm going to do it. Probably not today, but it's a lot of moving. And I don't know. I got a lot going on. I didn't really want to do it. But best part of all of that is I am back to flow of things coming in. So first things that have come into the garage since I decided to start putting stuff out at my storage unit and bring them in as I bought them is from the, this would have been from the, Humane Society garage sale. Really big. It's not really a garage sale. They use the local fairground and fill up most of the buildings, tons of picnic tables. I'll link it at the end of the video if you haven't seen it, and then you can see where all this stuff came from. But first 2 boxes I brought in, didn't have a ton in them, but it's enough to get me through the day. There was a Nikon Coolpix S4000, which I don't even remember if I picked this up. It might have been in the bottom of a box of stuff I got. I don't really recall. I then do remember grabbing all of these were in one box together. They're all, this one's new in package, but I don't think it's worth much. But most of these I don't think are worth much at all. Probably a lot of them not worth listing, but they're PC games. A couple interesting ones. Law and Order, that's neat. Probably not worth anything. But the coolest thing, at the bottom of that pile was 3 Wii games. This one, not worth probably even listing, but there was 2 brand new in package Just Dance games, so that's a big plus. I wanted to list them right away just because I was like, oh cool, easy list, but I also wanted to put it on video of the first things coming in. Then I always pick up cassettes new if I can find them and they're cheap enough, and I have quite a few listed and they haven't been selling, so when I get more of something that I already have a bunch of, I go lower the price of those because I can take a little less because I have quantity. That's usually my thought, so I'll do that before I list those. There was a Revereware pan in with that pile. I wasn't going to continue listing Revereware right now, but it was in the box. I'm not going to put it back in a box and take it out at this point. A Pyrex dish, which I think I've sold this exact one before. I do have one in this pattern on the shelf right now. Like a Melmine type of ashtray. I don't know if these have any value, but I think so. I'm not positive, but it's super light. So even if this is, you know, $9.99 free shipping, $7.99 free shipping, I'll still make a couple bucks. I do have one of these already listed, and this one is in the exact same condition, so I'll just change that to quantity 2. That's one of my favorite things. Xbox controller, a corded one. I might keep that because I like testing with the corded ones. That way I don't have to worry about linking them up and pairing it every time I go test it. I'll see if I have another one, just because I have... This is something I need to do away with. This is all my PlayStation, Nintendo, GameCube, all those kinds of cords, controllers, all that. And then this one is all my Xbox stuff. So I have too many. So that's a project for another day, but I have too many. And then this is, of course, a Vision Corningware pan, waffle bottom pan, which I also think I have the exact same one right there. So if that is in the same condition as that one, double quantity, that is A-okay with me. Oh, and the last thing, I didn't see this tucked in there, is a Askey, I think is the name there, but it's a FM stereo receiver tuner. It's pretty banged up. I don't know if this has any value, but vintage electronics, cheap enough. I'm gonna at least give them a shot, pick them up if they're cheap, just to see. Easy to test usually, but you never know, because something that looks exactly like this from a different brand could be worth 50 to 100 bucks, and this could be worth $5. It's just again, if it's cheap enough, why not? Worst case scenario, I put it in my garage sale at the end of the year and I get 25 cents for it, or it gets recycled. That's worst case. It was Father's Day weekend last weekend. 2 weekends ago? Oof, I don't know. Time is getting weird. I got a new hat, which is cool. I got some Power Ranger stickers, also super cool. And then, where did I put it? Oh, yes. Over here, I got a hand cart. A fold-out Milwaukee hand cart. There was something else, too. What was it? Hat? Stickers? Hand cart? Oh, a new coffee cup, which actually is not out here. That's why I'm in a tizzy, because I don't have my coffee with me. But let's get to pulling orders. What do we got today? All right, so we got about 14, we have 14 orders for about $350. So that's pretty good sales weekend. Most of those except for 2 came from the weekend. And also included in that was, I did sell the Guitar Hero inbox for the Wii. That was 85 bucks plus shipping. That went out yesterday. And then the last of the Bolo balls, 2 sets to the same buyer, and those went out yesterday. So that was, I think, 26 bucks free shipping. So really a good week compared to last week. I got more sales in a day than I got in the whole week last week. So that was definitely a change of pace I was okay with. First thing going out today, vintage fast cut sharpening stone size 6 on A4. A1, 2, 3, 4. I say it. Do I see it? Oh, ooh, that's a bad place to put a little item. But in the back there, it's a Pike brand, I think is the name of it. Sharpening stone. And sharpening stones are something I have been on the lookout for because they've been selling well. I've only found, I think, 3, and 2 of them have sold now, and I have 1 more listed. But on some YouTube channel, somebody one time said, hey, sharpening stones do well. Vintage ones do well. So I said, okay, let me try to look for them. And since then, I've been looking for them. I've only found 3. 2 have sold. So I'm going to continue that for sure. $25.49 free shipping. I think that was on sale because that's a weird price for how I price things. Next, we have Back to the Future Trilogy. That is down here, of course. Back to the Future Trilogy. I took an offer on that, and that was $7 free shipping. That will go medium mail. Then, very happy to see one of these go, just because I don't like things like this on the shelf because I'm clumsy. This is actually going international, so I wonder where that's going. Princeton Gallery Loves Magician Porcelain Unicorn. That's this white one back here. I took an offer. I think I had it listed for around 70 bucks maybe. I'm not really positive on that. Let's not try to break it on the way out. That would be a tragedy. But yeah, right there, it's a unicorn, clearly. $49 plus shipping. And let me put the other one back before I also break that one. This is the better one, though. This one I think I have listed for about, I don't know, I want to say like 200 bucks, 180 bucks, something that I will take much less for it, but because I did pay up for them. I think I paid 10 bucks a piece because obviously if it's at Goodwill, they know how much it's worth. They look stuff up. If you're not aware of this, Goodwill also sells things on eBay. Also, Goodwill is not full of goodwill. Donate your things somewhere else, please. That's my personal opinion, but I wish more people would agree with me. Donate them anywhere else. But I still frequent there during the winter because I have very few options. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't. Next up, Kodak 4600 carousel slide projector, which I won't get down right now, but it's this one right here. And there's another one back there. This is the one that needed the bulb. Ordered it, popped it in. Of course, it worked perfectly fine. There's not a lot that goes wrong with these. If they spin, if the light turns on, they're working. But the one back there, I think it was that one. In the bottom of it, which I don't think I've shared this, was some cool stuff. There was, first off, there was a bill from a company that ripped this person off because even in the bill it said change bulb, $92. This was years ago, of course, but I got it shipped $7 free shipping to me, and it took me 3 seconds to put a bulb in. You literally sit it in and close it, and that's it. So that company, I hope, is not in business anymore because they were swindling people. But the coolest thing, not coolest thing, but one of the cool things from it was there was, of course, a postcard of some kind, and it had a, let me get it focused in here, Buffalo Bill stamp on it. So this tells you how long ago they serviced that unit, because it's 15-cent stamp. It doesn't have any value stuck to something. If that stamp wasn't stuck to something, I think it's worth a couple bucks. But I'll actually, instead of showing you now, switch to the video. Drew, right now, future Drew, put that clip in. Another segment of, I don't know which video this will go in, but I wanted to record anyways. I'm testing out Kodak Carousel 650, which the bulb even works, fully functional. And then I also test out the other one. Seems to be functional. There's not a lot that goes with them. If it spins around, either the bulb works or it doesn't. That's about it. Easy to test. Projectors are pretty good money, actually. That one I think is about 80 bucks. This one, more like 40 bucks. It's an older model. I think that's why. But not the reason I have the camera on. Let's see if I can get this without ruining it. But in the bottom of the box was a random newspaper. But that random newspaper is a Honolulu Star Bulletin, Oahu bombed by Japanese planes. I do not think this is an actual Honolulu Star Bulletin from December 7th, 1941. That doesn't matter. They reprinted these as a 50th anniversary thing in 1991, and those still sell for about 20 bucks. This one's kind of bent up. Maybe if I can get it to flatten out a little bit, look a little better, I can get to 20 bucks, but 15 bucks, 20 bucks, something like that. It'll go media mail, so basically nothing. But just a bonus $15, $20 sitting in the bottom of a box. So this is super cool. I'll have to see to just double check if it's a actual original printing, but I really don't think it is. The paper quality, I don't know. There's got to be a way to find out. I'm sure. I didn't really do anything beyond just looking at it and then looking it up. And it's not just the front page, it's the whole paper. It's got multiple pages. So I'll do a little more research and see, but worst case scenario, cool story, and a bonus $15, $20 in the bottom of a box. And that Kodak 4600 carousel slide projector, $119 plus shipping, and they paid a lot in shipping. That's got to be going somewhere far, like Alaska or something. Funny story about this though. I got an offer. I just got $119 for that. I got an offer for, I want to say 50 bucks, 60 bucks. And I was thinking, I was like, well, I paid 10 bucks for it. Why not? You know, why not? And then I luckily said, no, that's way too low. And they even in their message said, this is as much as I can afford. Don't bother countering. If they don't take it, this is it. Like, so I just declined the offer. And no joke, honest to goodness, I want to say 30 seconds. It could have been 45 seconds, but under a minute later, cha-ching, someone paid full price, $119.99. So I was jumping for joy that I luckily was smart enough to not take that price. But it was so weird that it was seconds. Within it really was like 30 seconds, but it could have been closer to 45, but under a minute, cha-ching, full price. Then we have WWE SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth. That's the name of the game. Not telling you to shut your mouth, of course. I took an offer on this. This is one of the more expensive PlayStation 2 games, if it's in better condition than this one. $19.99 free shipping. Then we have vintage Corningware blue cornflower on B2. It's a coffee pot, tea kettle type of thing. These ones sell really good, the cornflower blue. The other ones, as far as Corning stuff in other patterns, even the bad patterns sell pretty good in these little teapots. And that was $11.99 plus shipping. Then on A4, took an offer, Disney Pixar A Bug's Life on A4 right here. You'll see in the picture that it folds out. I definitely took an offer on that because it had some damage on the feet, burnt right there. I think that's not burnt, but bent, and that's like a burn of some kind on the foot. I, of course, put all that in the listing. If all that wasn't on there, that's $25 for that little thing. I've been really picking the toy tables at garage sales lately, the free boxes at garage sales lately, because that's where you get this type of stuff tossed in. I think I paid $1/4 for that. It's all first class. I'm really trying to zone in on the little toys. And then Boone Mountain Cuff Winter Hat on B4. This one I still used to put the label in the listing, B4. This is from Boone Mountain, I think. Yeah, Boone Mountain, which is a local ski hill here. It's actually a world famous ski hill. It's really, really nice. Not huge. We don't have mountains, but people come here to go to it. But that's brand new. I expected to get a little more, but it's been sitting around long enough. And who buys a hat in the summer? I'll take it. $18 free shipping. Then we have on B4 again, Walt Disney Productions Daffy Duck right there in front. This little mug here. Well, I don't know why I'm saying little. It's basically a full-size mug. That's an adult mug. $9.99 plus shipping. And then first of the CDs to sell, I haven't listed a bunch of them, but I had a feeling this one wouldn't last long. I might have taken an offer, but I don't think so. I also listed all of my CDs at the cheapest price, because I'm not wanting to sit on these to make an extra 30 cents every time. And so this is My Chemical Romance, $7.99. 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. That is a fabulous album. And this is another one of those things. I've had 3 or 4 offers that were just a little too low, but only because I paid $5 for it. Any other time if I paid $1/4, this would have already been gone a few times. The Princess and the Goblin right here, which is a pretty cool book, and from 1907, so that's an old one. $14.99 free shipping. That'll of course go media mail, and so do the CDs. Those go media mail. Now this made me happy because I really was like, there's no way this is gonna sell, but I was parting stuff out. I was listing every single thing. This was before summer, before garage sale season. Said I'm listing everything. If it's in here, I'm listing it. And it was from a camera that didn't work. I didn't list the camera because the camera broken was worthless, zero, completely worthless. But I listed cords, strap, a couple other things, and most of those things sold. And now also if I remember where I put it, yep, I put it back here. It's a bad place for that. I need to rethink that. It is Kodak User's Guide. Oh, there should be a second part. Hopefully it's inside here. Yes, there we go. Yep, Kodak User Guide and Quick Start Menu, $4.99 free shipping. That's, not a lot of money there, but it was going to be recycling if not. Then next up, this is pretty cool. This is my very first, now what are they called? Now I'm drawing a blank. Local pickup. I've sold some things off eBay, local. Sold a vacuum to a viewer. She said, hey, you got a vacuum in your way. You want me to buy it? Yes, please. That was great. And if you're watching, thank you again that I don't have to trip over that vacuum and I didn't have to list it. That would have been a day's worth of work for me. But they were from about an hour north. They said, hey, can you do me a good deal if I do a local pickup? I said, sure thing. It's a Magnavox TV, DVD TV with a remote. And I took a pretty low offer on it. 35 bucks. I think it was listed for 55. So not a big deal because I don't have to pack it. They're going to show up my door. I'll figure it out then because I think they hit a button on their app. I hit one on my app. I scan their barcode and that means like the transaction happened. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But pretty cool. Usually when they pick local pickup, it's either a mistake or someone trying to scam you or whatever. But this actually had a conversation. What time's a good time? Blah, blah, blah. Actually, looking at the time, they might show up any moment. But $35 local pickup. And then this just came in this morning. Listed a bunch of these because I had a bunch, but this set, two of them were damaged. So vintage set 3 Bakelite apple juice green. Because I tested a bunch of stuff I had sitting around that I thought might be Bakelite. And I need to label these so that I know exactly which one it is. But it's in B2C, which is one of these. But I don't know which one is B2C. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. It's the only thing in there. So that's easy enough. I'll put that on top since it's empty. Hopefully fill it today. But right there. Bakelite dice. I had 3 other sets that I made a multi-quantity because they were all in the exact same condition. So that was helpful. $14.99 free shipping on those. Yeah, there was that, and I had like a prongy fork, serving fork type of thing, and the handle ended up being Bakelite. I had a poker chip set that unfortunately wasn't Bakelite, so it made it completely worthless. It was like a homemade type thing, I guess. It looked really chintzy, but I thought maybe it's Bakelite. Maybe it'll work out. But yes, I was glad that something I had was Bakelite so I could see the difference of when it is and when it isn't. And all I did is I did the 409 test. If you don't know what that is, spray a little 409 on a Q-tip. You rub the spot you think might be Bakelite. If it comes back like an orangish brown, it's Bakelite. Of course, you got to clean the surface to make sure it's not just coming back orangish brown dirt. But that's how you test it. It's not. It was pretty cool. Overall, not a tough listing day. I mean, packing day. Just that projector. But this, I checked before I listed these. Those will fit with tons of extra space in a priority. Number 7, 13 by 13 by 9 is the shipping dimension. 12 by 12 by 8 is the interior. But it fits perfect where I can lay it down. I won't even resize the box. I'll just put a couple layers of stuff and pack it and do the best I can because that's going international. So I really want to make sure that gets there. I'll stuff some bits of, not bubble wrap, but I'll get something in here and in here, and I'll try to possibly wrap the horn, get something in here to kind of fill all those voids and give it a little more protection. I don't know how that works scientifically, like when you put paper in a glass, it makes it less breakable, but it works. So I'm not going to argue with science. I'm also not going to look it up to figure out why that works. Same thing like if you're shipping like panes of glass or a frame with glass in it, if you put tape on it, it's less likely to break. That makes no sense to me. It's still glass, but like I said, not going to argue with science, not going to argue with something that's been proven over and over again. I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. And before I forget, let me get this off of my shelf since it got pulled by eBay. This item right here, this item, like anchor hocking, I don't want to say the word, Bundt Cake, microwave cake cooker, got pulled down. I got a Vero strike. Vero, whatever way you want to say it, because, and I didn't message eBay to make sure, but to the best of my ability, because it was the name of the company that had it taken down was like some metal fabricating sheet metal something, I don't know, American sheet metal or something like that, I don't know. They do not own anchor hocking, so it definitely wasn't that. You can sell anchor hocking. I think they own Bundt, like B-U-N-D-T. So I don't know what else you call a Bundt cake. It's a Bundt cake. It's a cake with a hole in it. That's a Bundt cake. Apparently someone owns Bundt. So I don't know. Would I call that circle cake? It's not worth me relisting for even the chance that I do it wrong and then I get like in trouble. So it's getting pulled down. If you list a Bundt cake, don't call it a Bundt cake. I don't know. I don't know on that one. If it was more expensive or I cared more, I would relist it and figure out what, but it wasn't really a good item in the first place. It was in the stuff I had gotten from my dad's leftover garage sale stuff. And I said, I'll give it a shot. And there was a muffin tin one that sold pretty quick. But also, I mean, how many people make bundt cakes right now? Is that still a thing people do? What's the purpose of the circle? Why does it have to have a hole in it? Does it cook faster? I don't know. But don't list bundt cakes and call it a bundt cake. You will get a Vero strike. Vero strike, whatever you want to call it. And that will bring us to the tip of the day. Tip of the day is always make sure to zoom out to the macro. Last week I mentioned I had very low sales. $200 for the week or something, like really bad. My worst sales week of the year. So I was, doing my usual thing. Sales are down, you list more. I took the week off of YouTube. I have a lot of backlog of garage sale videos and stuff. And so I was releasing videos as I could get to them every 3 days instead of every other day like I normally do, whenever I could. Adding, 50 minutes here, 50 minutes there. But I was getting a little down. I know sales slow down the summer usually. And then, of course, this weekend and so far this week has been fantastic. But I went to look at just my bookkeeping numbers, and we are on month 6 of the year. And so far, with still 4 days left in the month, 2 days left in the month, this is my 3rd best month of the year. So the month when I have my worst week of the entire year was still my 3rd best week of the year. So every once in a while, when you're getting hung up on the day-to-day, oh, today's been bad, or half of the day's been bad, or this, just anytime you're narrowing in too much and focusing on the minutia too much, kind of pull back, look at the macro spectrum, and see if it actually matters in the whole overarching concept or whole overarching story of what's happening. And in this case, it most definitely didn't. I zoom out to the macro of my sales, and this is a fantastic month. It's not going to compete with 4th quarter. It won't be top 3, by the end of the year. It'll be middle of the road. But I'm getting down because I had a bad week, and then boom, it's a good month. So just make sure every once in a while you take a moment, you step back, you see the whole picture. But that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.